Today we're going to learn about an amazing Mexican female artist named Frida Kahlo. Frida was born on July 6, 1907, you guys, inside of her parents' house. And her parents' house actually had a name. It was called La Casa Azul, the Blue House. That's what it was known as. She lived in a small town, a really poor small town, and she was born during the Mexican Revolution. She was 3 years old at that time. But at 6 years old, she got polio. And when she got polio, it left her left leg thinner than her right leg. Actually, it left her right leg thinner than her left leg. Yeah, right leg thinner than her left. And because of that, she was embarrassed. She tried to disguise it. She didn't like the way it looked. So she started wearing, you'll see her in the pictures, and she'll, be wearing long, beautiful dresses. But she wore those long dresses to disguise the fact that one of her legs was different than the other leg. And even later in life, she ended up losing half of her leg from the knee down from gangrene. Just like I tell you guys all the time, Frida did not let anything stop her. She was in a body cast, okay? And she took that body cast and she turned that body cast into art, and she began to do art on her body cast. Frida was also in an accident which actually exacerbated all the other health problems she had going on. She was hit by a bus, and this is what motivated her to begin doing her art like in the bed, because she was immobilized, which means she couldn't move around. She couldn't walk around. So after the accident, this is what she had to do because art was in her. This is what was healing her. You guys, remember that. Frida Kahlo was considered one of Mexico's greatest artists, and she began painting mostly her self-portraits. She painted her self-portraits because she said she knows herself more than anyone else. So that's what she decided to do, paint portraits of herself. Out of her 100 and some portraits, most of them are about herself. Later in life, she ended up marrying a fellow painter that she actually adored in the beginning. His name was Diego Rivera. That didn't last, but anyhow, I guess it was cool. She did so many amazing things in her life, and today we're going to focus on abstract portraits of Frida Kahlo. We are going to create an abstract portrait of her ourselves. As you can see, these are abstract portraits of her right now. So we're going to get to analyzing Frida Kahlo's art and creating a piece of our own. Okay, so now that we learned about the amazing and trying life of Frida Kahlo, who struggled but didn't let that stop her at any point, not from a bus accident, not from polio, not from not okay relationships, she still pushed on. So we're going to create an abstract portrait of Frida Kahlo. So an abstract portrait means it's not a realistic portrait of Frida. So this is a realistic portrait of Frida right here. See this? That's a realistic portrait. An abstract portrait would not look exactly like this photo. It may look way different. Maybe her eyes are further apart. Maybe her mouth is sideways. Maybe her hair is flipped over here. Maybe the flowers are wrapped around her whole face. That's abstract. So I'm going to create an abstract portrait, and you're going to create an abstract portrait of Frida Kahlo. Okay, so you're going to be looking, and you're going to be creating that, and then I'm going to be creating mine. Now, we're going to do something called mixed media. So mixed media means we're going to use as many things as we can. As many things as we can. Just search the house. Just look for anything you can. I've got paint, I got Sharpies, I've got glue sticks, I've got a glow in the dark glue. I've got markers here, glitter. I was looking for a magazine clip. I don't even have paper. So I decided I have all these old photographs I got from this place. It's called Creative Reuse. East Bay Depot for Creative Reuse. Yes, go there. Anyhow, I go there and I just get this random stuff, and since I didn't have any more paper, I said it's abstract. I'm gonna draw I'm gonna do my piece on a piece of paper. Now, you could do your piece on a piece of wood. You do not have to have a canvas to paint. You can do it on wood, you can do it on cardboard, you can do it on metal, you can do it on a plate, you can do it on anything, right? A plate would have been really cool, actually. Maybe I should have did it. Anyhow, I have these cool pictures. I'm going to use these. Now, I'm going to start off by trying to, looking at, first of all, let's analyze Frida Kahlo's portrait right here. This is the one that we're going to try to abstractly recreate. Okay, so let's look at the flowers. Let's look at her flowers. So she's got lots of color going on here. She's got that red, she's got that orange, you know, and we have to make sure that if we're going to make her flowers red, they're not just all red. We really have to pay attention to that. Look at her eyebrows. Now, Frida Kahlo's eyebrows are signature, which means like she is known for these beautiful thick eyebrows, right? So if you're doing an abstract portrait about Frida Kahlo and I'm able to notice that those eyebrows are in there, I know that your portrait is about Frida Kahlo, right? Because I see there's a mark in there that lets me know. There's a clue that lets me know, right? And then you can go on with the abstractness. Look at her scarf. Look how it's wrapped around her neck. Look at how it's hanging over her shoulders. Did you notice that she has on jewelry? What color? Oh, it's gold. And it almost looks like there's a person's picture in the middle of that. And let's notice her dress. It's a short sleeve dress. You see, you can see a little bit of her arm there. And it's like, it's a shinyish green and pink, and it looks like it's got some flowers. She's wearing earrings. We're paying attention to detail, right? Detail, detail, detail. Look at the way she's looking. Remember, the expression on someone's face is, it shows feeling and emotion. Now she is looking towards something. We don't know what she's looking at, but she's definitely looking towards something, right? So I want you to take time while we're doing this to really continue to look at the portrait of Frida Kahlo and look at and find as many details as you can that you want to bring out in your abstract portrait, right? So think of the colors you're going to use. Think of the things you're going to use. You can use popsicle sticks to create your portrait. You could use water bottle tops and paint them to create your abstract portrait. You literally can use anything to make a mixed media portrait or art piece. So now that we're here, let me make sure this stays on for you. You're gonna see me go like this a little bit sometimes just to make sure that stays on for you. Oliver. Anyways, Samson and Henry are mad because we're not using them today. Okay, so I'm gonna take the supplies you're gonna need are whatever's in the house. The supplies you're gonna need is whatever. As long as you have a way to write so that we can draw our first, idea of what we want to do, and you have a way to put color onto this, okay? So you can use markers. You can use regular markers. It's fine. You can use glue with glitter and whatever. So here we go. I'm going to start by, actually, I'm not going to use this black pen. I'm going to use my gold Sharpie. Where's my gold Sharpie? Silver's fine. I just need something because this picture is so dark. I need something to be able to see. Now, I'm just going to do a quick little... I am not making her head perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be abstract, right? So I've got this. There's her head. I've got her scarf. I've got her shoulders. I've got her little shirt that looks like it's short sleeves. I've got more scarf. Well, do I know what I'm doing with this scarf? No. But what I do know is that this scarf is fierce. And so I don't know if you can see so far how I'm making these lines on top of this photo. Can you see that? Can you see those lines right now? You can? Okay, so This is what you're gonna be doing. I think she just draw a little. I know she likes these flowers. Frida Kahlo loves flowers in her hair. She, in the Mexican culture, this is very often a part of ceremonial type situations. So, okay, so there's that. And I kind of want to like just put weird lines behind it. Since it's abstract, I'm going to show you what mine looks like. I'm going to even put her eyebrows here, how I'm going to have them. Everybody's eyebrows are going to look different. Everybody's everything is going to look different. Right? She had these big, beautiful eyes. Oh, she was so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, so if you can see the lines, I kind of just traced out what I'm going to be kind of doing. So when you're doing a mixed media piece, it's like you can sit there and think for a long time, or you can let that spirit, that art spirit, just do itself. Let it move your hand for you. Okay, so now I have this. I am going to start off by using my paintbrush. And I'm just going to do some different pieces for you so that you can see your options of things that you can do, right? I'm going to start off by getting some of this. And I love the fact that I used this paint here. This is called acrylic paint. You don't have to use acrylic paint. You can use, like I said, you can use markers. You can even, you know what? You know what I was thinking about using before I found these pictures? I was thinking about using newspaper. So, you know, newspaper, things like newspaper would work. Any kind of paper. You guys got to understand that, you know, you don't have to have the things that folks say you need just to create art. You know, and Frida Kahlo, she knew that. Because when she got hit by that bus and she was laying in the bed and she was just looking down at herself, she said, hey, I'm not about to let this stop me. Give me some paint. She started to paint and design that cast that was wrapped around her body. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm putting a little bit of red here. You don't have to be specific. Can you see me? You don't have to be specific. Start putting the stuff on the paper. Don't doubt yourself. Don't tell yourself, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. This sucks. I can't. Yes, you can. Start putting the paint brush to the paper. Okay. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Now I'm going to take my water. So this is how you paint. Get the color. When you're done, put it in the water. Can you see the water, cameraman? Put it in the water. Then you got to dry it when you're using this kind of paint. This kind of paint called acrylic paint. I'm going to mix this red and this blue here to make some awesome looking color that has no real... Look at this color I made. Can you see this color I made? Yeah, so you guys go ahead and look at Frida for a minute while I continue to do this. You continue to do what you're doing. Go ahead and keep it on Frida for our little ones. Just keep it on her. So yeah, you guys. So Frida Kahlo lived a really, what we would consider a hard life. But you can't let those things stop you from doing what you know you're supposed to be doing that's great for your life, right? I am using so many different mediums. So here's another technique I'm doing really quick before we put you back on Frida, because we're gonna keep you over here. We're gonna keep you over here on Frida so that you can see. But when I'm teaching you a new technique, we're gonna come here. So now I've got a little bit of paint on there. I want to do something different now. So I've used already 3 different mediums. Four. The photo, a Sharpie, acrylic paint. Now I'm using glue. Then I'm gonna use some glitter. Do you always know how this is gonna turn out? No. Do you let that stop you? No. No. And no. All the answers to all those questions were no. Okay. Okay, I'll just leave that there. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna use this purplish looking glitter. And I'm just going to make some of these with glitter. I don't even remember where I put the glue. So remember where you put the glue. There's another thing. And so you got to take your time with this type of project, right? Okay. So I'm going to keep on keeping on. And yeah, you guys be over there. Make sure you are not being hard on yourself. You are just making these colors do what they're supposed to do. Hey, do what they're supposed to do. I'm creating a purple right now. I'm using blue and red because I don't have purple paint. So I'm going to try to create some purple. See? Red and blue, make purple. This purple's looking a little unpurpley. Okay, I'm just gonna use it anyway. Here we go. Don't pay attention to me. You should be looking at Frida and continuing to do what you're doing. You should just be looking at Frida. So, yeah, you guys, you need to think about a time in your life where you felt like, have you ever broken an arm? Or, I don't know, like, got injured and felt like, you know, everything was over. It's over. Oh my God, I got injured. It's all over. Have you ever, I know I have, you know, but best way to go about it is to never give up. How, you know, everybody says it all the time, but it's because it's a real thing. Don't do it. It's a trap. Giving up, you know, you got to just keep going. You got to keep moving. Just like this paintbrush needs to keep moving. Y'all need to be making sure your paintbrush is moving. I'm going to now try to move into a little bit of, I want to use some gold glitter before this dries. I'm going to put, you know that when the paint is wet, you don't have to use glue to put the glitter on. I'm going to put a glitter, not on all of it, just a little, to create that headdress there. Let that stay. And that awesome background there that's already there. It's really cool. So I'm not going to paint her whole face the same color. And I'm also not going to, I'm going to paint it several different colors. Several different colors. So, and don't forget that eyebrow. Don't forget that eyebrow. That's very important. I'm gonna take me some brown. And you know, when you're painting, some people are quiet when they paint. Some people talk when they paint. Some people just focus. I'm one of those. I'm one of those just focusers. Well, not right now, obviously, because I'm talking to you. Yep. So I'm just filling her face in with whatever colors that I think are pretty. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to create that look of that mouth. And then I've got the signature brow, which is very important to have. And as you can see, with an abstract portrait, it doesn't have to look, it's not supposed to. That's the definition of abstract. I love doing abstract paintings because I feel like I have a little bit of freedom. Look, I'm rinsing my brush and I'm going like this. I'm rinsing my brush. My water's getting dirty, but yeah, I could do what I want, you know? I can say, hey, you know, I want to see, you know, the color blue. I felt like she was sad in her life, so I want to use more blue than in the original photo. I want to use more, because you see how her photo is red. There's red flowers, right? I used some red, but I didn't use a whole bunch of red. I still didn't use a whole bunch of red, you know what I mean? And I'm going back here over this red to make it even brighter, because sometimes you put the paint on and you can see through it, and that's fine, but some folks be like, I can see through it, but I like seeing through it because that's the whole idea of mixed media, right? You can add several different types of awesomeness on top of it. I'm going to even add some red glitter over here. Oh, my red glitter's never been used. So yeah, with abstract painting, you can kind of just go for the gusto. I don't even want her mouth to be real. I want it to look like it's doing something. Because remember, her eyes, she was looking at something. And it was over here. You see? She looking over there. What's she looking at? I don't know. Let's just make her look there. Okay? Now I'm going to continue. Now I'm going to start drawing this pattern here. I'm going to continue with my part and you continue with your part, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I'm nearing the end of my mixed media portrait of Frida Kahlo. I'm adding these strips of felt. You guys, I use so many different things on here. And I just kept going until my heart felt fit. I'm going to keep going. I'm almost done now though, but you know, I'm going to keep going until I stop feeling the pain, the feeling, the joy of Frida Kahlo. Just trying to get that out also through the art. Not just creating a portrait of Frida Kahlo, but really understanding her life while you're creating her. I mean, you have to have the image of her in your head, right? So just really trying to connect. I'm getting a little bit obsessed here. I'm gonna put a couple of jewels because I just want to on her scarf, like a pendant, even though she doesn't have on a pendant in the picture. But that's what I mean by take the portrait, make it abstract, and then make it your own. Every piece of art, you always make your own. Even if you're replicating something, you still want to make it your own. I'm going to put a pearl here because pearls are old school. All the old ladies want pearls. If you had pearls as an old lady, you was the fancy one. You were fancy. Here we go. Okay. I think I am done with my Frida Kahlo. You know all about her. And here's my abstract portrait of her. So let me show you. I use so many different things. I use string for the eyebrows, paint for paint, glitter, whatever jewels and stuff that I had, fabric. You can use fabric. I glued fabric. I had to use Henry. Henry, you did so good. I had to use Henry. I used these little beads. I used the Sharpie in the beginning to actually draw it out first. So get a good look at that. Can you see that? Nice, good close-ups, cameraman. Nice and clear. Because I really want you guys to be able to see like the glitter, the way it's like shines in the light. You see that? You see that? You getting that shine? Okay, so this is a mixed media abstract portrait of Frida Kahlo. It does not have to look realistic. That's why I love abstract, because you can use all the colors, all the materials, whatever you want to create. So I cannot wait. Send me pictures of your abstract Frida Kahlo portraits. Send me pictures. My email is miss.mercerteaches. So miss.mercerteaches@gmail, and send me some pictures. Frida Kahlo, an amazing Mexican artist, female. So good.